Well, we're getting a good start on harvest as we turn now to From the Farm. Our ag reporter Stu Ellis is joining us in studio.
Good morning, Stu. I hear farmers should be thinking about the next major decisions at home. Can you explain?
I wonder what that could be. Well, when harvest is done, it's going to become the season for fall fertilizer application. And while many farmers are still undecided about how much to apply and whether to apply it this fall or next spring, President Kevin Johnson of the Illinois Fertilizer and Chemical Association makes a strong request to visit with your fertilizer supplier as soon as possible for several reasons.
Going into the fall fertilizer season, please have a good discussion with your distributors, just with the prices they are right now, especially on phosphates, what that supply might look like, what they're looking for going into the fall season. I know there's guys that might kick that to spring, but I just think with the price of phosphates right now, I think guys are trying to figure out better manage their inventory. So, usually, hey, call retailer and say, we need this much, it's there. I think their guys are going to try and manage their supply a lot better going into fall just because what the price that looks like. So again, have a good discussion with your supplier going into fall, what you think you might need or what you're looking at on a rate. If you're going to keep the same, kind of tell them that, just so they have that supply in place when you're going to need it.
Right. I know farmers are certainly trying to budget, and so I don't know whether it's going to be any cheaper this fall than it is next spring, and we probably can't see it getting any cheaper for next spring.
I mean, I think the biggest discussion that's going on at the farm level is, one, are we going to keep the same rate and we're going to still do it in the fall? Because most guys here in Illinois that we saw through the Illinois Ag Retail Survey is that about 80% of guys are putting on their dries into the fall, okay? 20% is kicking the spring. I think that discussion now is, again, do we pull one, are we putting a full rate still in the fall? Two, are we going to still do it in the fall, but we're just going to cut back because of what the price is? Or three, we're just going to kick into spring to just see if that price softens at all. So I think that's what everybody's looking at, but I think retailers are trying to have that discussion with their farmers. But if you're a farmer and you hadn't had that discussion, have that with your retailer or your supplier and kind of give them a better idea of what that looks like and just going into the fall fertilizer season.
Okay. There's plenty of fertilizer out there with retailers, but they just need to know whether to have it delivered for fall or delivered or wait.
I just think with the price right now, nobody's wanting to send on a full bin of fertilizer and then that just comes short. And then there's a shortfall this spring that some black swan event says, hey, it's going to drop. It might go up, but I think guys are trying to manage that supply better than they have in the past, just with what the prices of phosphates are right now.
Now, for our non-farm viewers, typically potash and phosphate are applied in the fall. Phosphate prices right now are the highest that they've ever been because China is not exporting its typical third of the global supply. And tariffs have been applied on phosphates coming from other global suppliers. Nearly all the potash comes from Canada, and that's been at a steady supply and price because of the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. That's where we are, and that's why farmers are having a real struggle financially and in supply for fertilizer.
Alrighty. Stu, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.
You bet.
You can, of course, catch this segment and all others all on our website. Just head to WCIA.com.